All right, let's do a video on Secretary of Transportation. Why is Secretary of Transportation always the lowest barred position for a government official? Biden, you know, he made Pete Buttigieg, who has zero experience in transportation. Zero experience. He's the mayor of, whatever in Indiana, and he's got zero experience as a transportation. He's never been in a truck. He's been on planes, yeah, but never been in a truck. He's got zero experience in transportation. Yet he was the Secretary of Transportation for the Biden administration. Here we go with another administration. We got the Trump administration, which I'm all for the Trump administration. But how come his nominee for Transportation Secretary is Sean Duffy? What experience does... come on. That's what? This guy's got no experience whatsoever. He's a reality TV show star. He's got no experience whatsoever in the transportation industry. So, this is what all these rules are going to be based off of now. The Department of Transportation is going to be ruled by some idiot that has no fucking clue what is going on out here. He has no idea how, the road structures work, infrastructure, the bridges, the road closures that you got, the construction that goes on for no reason at all, no bridges. He's oblivious. How do you put somebody like that in a government position to take care of all of this? I just don't understand it. So here's my deal, okay? We've got drivers out here that don't belong out here. Okay, we've got the DOT, FMCSA, KYU, the New Mexico Authority, Texas Authority, tolls. There's just so much involved, and we're being regulated based, I don't know if you all know it, but we're being regulated based on containers. That's where they do their research. So, like the Port of New Jersey, that's where they pull over those drivers, and that's how they get their stuff. Also, trucks are limited because it's not just semi-trucks. If you're talking about like 18-wheelers, yes, we are also regulated because they do statistics based on tow trucks. Tow trucks are Class B CDL drivers. Dump trucks are Class B CDL drivers. Anything that has state workers are Class B CDL drivers. Everything is based off of a CDL driver, a CDL class driver. So, when all those statistics come in, the 18-wheelers, we're suffering because of stuff that like box trucks did, and tow trucks. Anything that's a Class B also affects what we're regulated on. And now you got, some idiot that's going to take over, has no experience, never been in a truck. Now, I understand that the Department of Transportation also has to do with airplanes, trains, and everything else. That's great. But the majority of freight that is moved around this country is done by truck, by 18-wheeler. And it's time we got somebody in office that actually had a clue as to what we deal with on a regular basis. You can't have some TV show dumbass regulating all this stuff. How did he get this job? What? I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. So, my question is, y'all need to pay attention to politics, because politics play a large part into what's going on. We've got a lot of drivers out there that only have a 3-day training course. Okay, for one, you got to get rid of the 3-day training course. You got to get rid of the third-party testing situations. Okay, I'll tell you what, the third-party testing situations are bullshit. Okay, you don't go down for a driver's license and go in the office and say, yeah, well, my grandmother gave me the test and she said I passed. And she's got a little handwritten note, so you got that little handwritten note that you go in there with and you say, yeah, Grandma says I passed. Well, that's what a third-party situation is doing right now, is you got a third-party situation saying, he did good, yeah, so he passed, so give him his CDL. And that's not how it should work. You should have an official state licensed testing facility and official state licensing state officials giving the test. You shouldn't have somebody else giving the test and then saying, okay, he passed, because this is what they'll do. They'll say, okay, well, you didn't do so good, but you'll get used to it. And that's not how it works. That's why you have all these accidents out here. That's why you have these guys banging into stuff and causing pileups on snow roads and everything else. And Swift and Werner and CR England and US Express, and yeah, they would all be out of drivers if they did that. So it's a lobbyist situation where the lobbyists are pulling in and saying, no, we don't want, they push for that stuff. So, and we're also tired of foreigners coming over and getting a free ride, guys, because we know it happens. Foreigners come over, Pakistanians and Mexicans and everything else, and they get funding out the ass. Thus, they get a full scholarship, so to say, right? So they get all the money in the world to start a business, and it's just ridiculous. Anyway, the problem is you got to stop hiring these morons that have no idea about transportation. This is, where are your credentials? Trump is talking about, yes, you got to have merit and everything else. Now, I'm all for Trump. I love Trump. I think he's great. But at the same time, I think he's making a mistake by hiring somebody who has no experience in the transportation industry to run the Department of Transportation. Has he ever flown a plane? Has he ever drove a truck? Has he ever been in the fucking cab of a train? I mean, really, has he ever? You've gone across Indiana, right? Indiana has some of the worst roads in America. In a truck, yeah, that sucks. In a car, nah, it's not so bad. I mean, boom, 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 boom. But in a truck, it's like boom, 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 boom. You know, I mean, and they don't understand that. They don't realize that. You know, because they're in a limo or some shit like that. You know, nice new car that got nice shocks and everything else. They don't understand brokers. They don't understand the cost of fuel. They don't understand the wait times. They don't understand the anything. They don't understand anything. So y'all explain that one to me.